Right now, with inventory as low as it is, real estate listings are an all-time premium. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the top 4 sources that I would recommend to help you get more real estate listings. So add this to your real estate listing marketing plan. Take a look. Hey everyone, Kevin Smullin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies. If you're brand new to our channel, welcome. We're so glad you're here. What we're all about is helping real estate agents just like you generate more leads, set more appointments, and close more transactions. So if you're after more leads, appointments, and transactions, this is the place to be. Please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here as part of our community. Just to kind of kick off today's video, one of the statistics I've heard this last week, and I believe it to be true, but the statistic I've heard is that inventory in 2021 is 42% lower than it was just a year ago. Now, whether 42% is accurate or whether it's a different number, I think all of us would agree that here in the United States, real estate inventory is a major obstacle to deal with. Just demand for homes is so high and there's just not a whole lot of them out there on the market. So with that being said, wanted to share with you 4 different ways that you can, 4 different sources of having more listings come in. I really believe that especially in today's inventory, with the inventory as low as it is, you've really got to have a plan and a strategy to be adding inventory. Because otherwise you're just going to be at the mercy of the market, whether more homes hit the market or not. So we want to try and control that as much as possible. So with that, let me share with you 4 of the best sources to be able to get listings. So number 1, your top and best source will always be your database, your sphere of influence. So if you haven't been marketing to your sphere of influence, here's a great reminder, it's time. Secondly, if you haven't been asking them questions like, hey, have you thought about capitalizing on the great real estate market right now? If you've thought about selling, here's kind of the numbers of what you can expect. Sharing those kinds of messages with people will help them get to the point possibly where if they've been selling, that'll be the, kind of the tipping point as far as them deciding to do it. Now, one of the major questions that's coming up that's on every seller's mind, even if they've thought about selling, is, well, if I sell, where am I going to go? How am I going to be able to find a place? So I'll address that a little bit later in the video, but you got to have that thought in the back of your mind. One of the major reasons a lot of sellers aren't selling right now is that they're concerned about their ability to be able to find a home. Obviously, they're pretty much convinced that if they were to list their home at a reasonable price, that it would sell very, very quickly. And in most parts of the country, that is absolutely true. So that's the first and best source, though. Again, they're the best because they already know you, like you, trust you at some level. That's going to be some of your lowest hanging fruit for finding new listings, is making sure you're marketing and staying in contact with your sphere of influence. Take them to lunch, call them, have conversations with people. Do those things that are going to allow you to have that FaceTime and those conversations with people. So that should always be one of the things that's top of your list, whether it's low inventory or not. That's just some of your lowest hanging fruit. So hopefully that serves as a little bit of a reminder. The second source is I like to use the buyers that you're working with as leverage to find the seller. So this is where we would run an ad that's something like, hey, I really need your help. I've got buyers that are looking for homes in these areas when we're not able to find what they're looking for on the market. So with this style of, whether you're doing postcards, whether you're doing Facebook ads, we do a lot of that. The message is, we've got buyers looking for homes and there's a good chance we've already got your home sold. Now, one of the things that you can do to make this more palpable and more real for people, I think a lot of times the general public has been a little, they've seen we have buyers looking in your area. It's kind of impersonal, and I think they've seen that kind of marketing before. So what I like to do and what I help my clients do with these kind of ads is be as specific as we possibly can. Hey, I'm working with John and Sally. They are looking in this specific city. Here's what they need: 4-bed, 3-bath. They're a growing family. They're looking for an area that has great schools for their kids. And again, I want to be as specific as I can, kind of tugging at their emotional heartstrings, right? Um, Does it always work? No. There's a lot of times when we run these ads and there's no response, but I've also run these ads where there has been responses. So again, it's just a timing and an exposure thing. Sometimes you just happen to be the right place at the right time, but if you don't do it, you're never at the right place at the right time. So this would be the second style of ad, was where I'm using a buyer to try and find the seller. Hey, here's what my buyer is looking for. If you've thought about selling, contact us. We can probably save you a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of effort, since we already have the buyer that's looking for a home just like yours. So that would be the first thing, or the second source for increasing your real estate listings and adding that to your real estate listing marketing plan. The third thing would be marketing to non-owner occupied homes. So kind of think through this process for a second. A lot of times the issue that is facing sellers and what's keeping them from selling is, yeah, I can sell and that's going to be easy and I'm probably going to get an offer that's going to be way over my asking price. They're fully convinced of all that because they've heard a lot of that just going on from what agents are talking about in their area. They fully know that. But the problem that's on their mind is, okay, fine, if I sell, where am I going, right? I'm going to become a buyer and I'm going to have a hard time finding a home, just like all of these buyers are having a hard time finding a home. So the thought process is, if we can market to non-owner occupied homes, they don't necessarily they don't have to go find another home, right? They've already got one. So it could be where you're pulling a list of non-owner occupied homes. I subscribe to a service where I can go into an area, pull out a list of non-owner occupied homes, and we can market directly to those people. So that kind of messaging would be something along the lines of, hey, how would you like to cash in on your investment where prices are at all-time highs and demand is super high, right? We could even help you do a 1031 exchange and help you leverage into something that's even a better investment for you. So that would really be the messaging, but the thought process is, these people don't necessarily have to go find another residence, right? They could just sell and capitalize on the profit and move on. In that same thought process, you could also market like probates. So people where the homeowners have died, the estate has to sell the home. Again, same thought process. These are people that don't necessarily need to go find another home. So being able to market to those people, again, it just gives you an opportunity to find potential listings where you don't have the problem of having to find them another home. Just because, like I said, that's one of the major barriers that's stopping sellers from selling a home, or from selling their home. So to the extent that we can solve that problem, it's going to open up more opportunities for listings to come in. So that's the third one, is marketing to non-owner occupied homes. The fourth one is through your buyer ads. So one of the strategies that I like to use is where a lot of my clients do get listing opportunities from, is from the buyers that they're working with. So we'll run ads on Facebook. I'll put a link right here to a tutorial on examples of how we run buyer ads. But when we're running a buyer ad, we'll advertise a listing that is a little bit more expensive, to where it would be someone's second or third home. It's not their first home. And so because of that, the people who respond to that ad, they typically have a home to sell. So it's a dual opportunity of helping them buy a home and then helping them sell their existing home. With that, those buyers can actually help you find the sellers. If they're interested in buying, they're going to need to sell. And so that is a fantastic source. Again, the problem that you're going to have with these people is being able to communicate, being able to, we have solutions to help you find that next home. So if you were to market to these potential sellers and say something like, hey, we have a home finder program. Remember how we talked about running ads, trying to find off-market opportunities for the buyers that you're working with? Well, that's exactly what we're talking about. Hey, we've got this home finder program that's going to help you find that next home to make sure that it's the right home for you, and you're not going to be homeless, right? Just being able to communicate that kind of a message hopefully will help them get off the fence, because like I said, there's a lot of sellers right now who are on the fence, but they're just not selling because they're worried about what buying is going to look like. So the more solutions you have for that, the more reason it gives the seller to actually move forward on the sale of their home. So these are 4 different techniques and different strategies I would recommend adding to your real estate listing marketing plan. So marketing to your sphere of influence, that's always the best source, right? Using the buyers that you can't find homes for to leverage into finding the seller, right? That would be the second one. Third one, marketing to the non-owner occupied homes where they don't have to go find another home. It's a great alternative. And number 4, marketing, using the buyer ads that you're running to help you find listings because they have to sell their existing home. It's just being able to communicate that you have solutions when it comes time for them to find that next home. So these would be the 4 sources that I would recommend. It's where a lot of my clients are seeing their best results. And so just wanted to share with you some of those best thoughts and best practices to help you solve some of that real estate inventory problem that's going on right now. Now, hopefully that video or that information was helpful. If so, please take that split second, click that thumbs up button down below, liking this video. That helps us tremendously. It's just that signal to YouTube that people appreciate the content that we're putting out and it was valuable. So again, if you found it valuable, take that split second, help us out. We appreciate it. Secondly, if you haven't considered subscribing to our channel yet, please do. We share valuable tips, strategies, tutorials every single week. We're putting out new content. So make sure you subscribe, click that little bell notification, and you'll be notified every time we put out brand new content. Also, down below in the description, I've put some links. You can find out more information about our free 2-hour Facebook marketing masterclass. It'll share with you the best practices and strategies of what we're doing to help our clients generate leads, turn them into appointments, and close more transactions. So again, it's a free class showing you all of our best practices, a couple hours of your time well spent. And then also there's information down below about our marketing services, the work that we do to help you grow your business. If you're interested in that, feel free to go take a look at that. But other than that, that's it. Make it a great week. Keep crushing it in your real estate business. If we can help, please let us know. We'd love to do so. Otherwise, we will talk to you soon. Take care.